Hey there people, in my last video that we put out, we mentioned a very big project that we're going to be working on. A series of videos on building the paddock. Hey there guys, this is Doug from Two Rebels Off-Grid. Carrie isn't with us right now, my other half. In this video, this is part one of building the paddocks. We needed to do this. This is something very necessary. We need to refine it. The animals are escaping. We can't get anything else done because we have to round up all the animals whenever they escape. So I'm predicting this video series is going to be at least 4 videos, roughly a half an hour each. There's 3 different things we need to do. We need to build the outer perimeter wall, we need to do some landscaping, and we also need to build a hay shed, a milking shed, and a temporary chicken run that will be cat proof. So stick around to the end. We hope you enjoy it.
So what we've done so far, stop, Shirley. Stop chewing on me. We started with that gabion. And then you can see the old fence was right there. So we brought the fence line in so we have a cleared area. Stop. And then we've built all these. That's all got the 5-foot fencing around here. And I'm going over here because Laverne keeps getting out. I think because Doug just left the roll of fences down, so I'm gonna pin it up probably. Anyway, we did all these. We have to tighten this up. It's not... Oh, Doug's been picking up sticks. Did this one. We've done all these. And then it goes to this corner. We cut it off a little bit. The paddock used to go all the way back there, but we're making it a tiny bit smaller. So that's the corner, and then it goes up, and we ran out of fence. So that's our 100-foot roll. We don't have any more. We're gonna have to save up to buy another roll. So anyway, it's looking good. This is gonna be a lot better when it's done, and then we'll get this all cleaned up. And it's kind of nice because as we're building these, we're just using the rocks that are laying around on the ground, and it's kind of cleaning up the ground so that there's not so many rocks, because look at this. We have so many rocks. I don't know if you can see this, but I mean, it's just rock. Look at that. There's dirt underneath, but it's a lot of free rock, which is cool because it turned out, I think it looks really nice. There's Lint. That's Lint right there. Lint kitty. Where this goat right here, that's Laverne. She's obviously pregnant again. She is so annoying. She keeps getting out. This is our new hay storage box. So we bought those orchard boxes, and we used one for the water and the other one is for the alfalfa that, man, Laverne just can't seem to eat enough of it. So we keep that in here. You're the most obnoxious goat that ever lived. Actually, no, your daughter might be more obnoxious. There's one of our handsome turkeys. There's his girlfriend. We have kicked them out. They're supposed to be out here eating bugs, which is what turkeys do. And we're not letting them in the paddock anymore. Trying to save a buck. I'll show you my saffron box. It's right here. So they're in there, 6 inches deep. So this should keep the cats from digging them up, hopefully. So we are working on a project as we wait on some other stuff, and we have decided we really needed to fortify our paddock, and we had the whole paddock fenced with this fencing right here. It's 4-foot field fencing. It's supposed to be no climb. Our dogs climb right over it, our livestock guard dogs, and we had to do something to fix it. So we've got a really big project going that shouldn't take us more than maybe 3 weeks, but it's a big one. So what we're doing, we're taking this fencing down, and for those of you that don't know what field fencing is, it's basically the holes at the bottom, or the gap at the bottom right here is smaller, and as you get higher up the fence, the holes get bigger. Well, the other problem that we have, and this is supposed to be good for goats, but the other problem we have is the baby goats can climb right through these holes. Nigerian dwarfs are not that big. So anyway, we were able to pick up a couple of these really sturdy steel welded farm gates. They're about 5 feet tall, I think. And we got 2 of those off of Facebook Marketplace. So that's gonna be incorporated into our design. I'm just gonna go through and show you what we're doing. So we need a better place to store our hay for our alfalfa for the goats. And what we decided to do was go ahead and fence the whole paddock with this type of fencing. It's 5 foot tall. The dogs cannot climb this and they can't jump it, at least not yet. I think it should be fine, but it's 2 inches wide by 4 inches tall. And what we're doing is we've started building gabions, and that's what we use. You all know we use gabions for our fence posts because we have so much rock that it's hard to sink a T-post into it, and it takes a long time to build a gabion. It takes us about an hour to build each one, but that's our best bet. And like you can see out here, we've got so much rock to use. It's awesome. It's a free building material. So anyway, what we're doing is, you'll see we're bringing the fence line in. The goats keep getting out because it's kind of in construction, but we're moving the fence line in also so that we have a path right here that stays clear, that we can get our tractor through here if we need to do whatever. And so you'll see this is all going to be open, and then I'll show you the new fence line. So there's the new fence line right there. So it was here. We've been slowly moving it in, and then we're doing this. So I'm gonna take a little bit more video and show you what else we're doing here. So you guys know this is our chicken coop. It was our prototype build, our test build to see what it was like building with hyperadobe, and we wanted to test some techniques out before we start our house. So that was kind of our test build, and we're using it right now as storage for our furniture and things that we kept. And until we have our house built and can move all our stuff in to our house and out of the coop, we kind of have to have a temporary coop. So we built a really janky, super janky temporary coop. You can see it right there, and it's not working for us because what's happening is our cats have figured out it's really easy to get in there and eat the eggs. I thought the chickens or the turkeys were eating the eggs, but it's actually the cats. So this is all going to come down. We're going to be reconfiguring this whole area. So this is the fence line that I was just showing you. Now that's going to go all the way around the back. We ran out of fencing right here, so we're going to have to get another roll, but that's going to continue all the way around, 5 foot, all the way around, and connect back up to the coop. Now what we did when we built the coop, we have these little windows, and we're going to build like a kind of a ramp that goes from the window into the chicken run, which will be out here. So we're going to do a big chicken run that is cat proof, and that's going to kind of be in this area right here. And then we're incorporating in a milking shed for the goats, because we do want to milk them eventually and use their milk for milk, of course, and cheese and butter and things like that. So we're gonna build a milking shed. We're also just starting working on leveling. This area will be a loafing shed, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically a 3-walled shed that's open on one side, and it'll be open on this side, and then there'll be a wall here, a wall around the back, and then it'll come over here and then connect right here. And then this area right here is going to be kind of an open space, and I'm going to have Doug explain the rest of it so that you guys kind of have an idea of what we're doing here. We're going to try to whale this out and get it done really quick. The cool thing is, as we're building our gabions, and right now we're building a gabion wall, and as we're building these, it's kind of cleaning up all these rocks that are out here. We have so many rocks out here, it's ridiculous. And it seems like you pull them out of the ground and more come up, but there is dirt under all these rocks. So as we're building our gabion posts, you can see them, we're getting the rocks cleaned up, which is good. The other thing that happened, I don't know if you can see it, this is the stone goat house, and that right there is the roof laying upside down. We had a huge microburst come through and it lifted the roof right off because we had not strapped it down yet, because it was probably 1,000 pounds, and we're thinking that it was not going to go anywhere, and we had straps on there, but we just hadn't secured them, and that was our mistake. So we've made a lot of mistakes, but we've also learned a lot in the process. You know, we've never done this before. So anyway, I'm going to scroll over to Doug, and he's going to kind of explain his design for this area, because what we're doing is we're making it so that the chickens are secure, so that we can actually harvest their eggs and the cats stop eating them. And we're also making a goat, like a milking little shed area, so we can milk them out of the elements. And then we're making this is going to be a hay alfalfa storage with my fermenting that I do for the chicken feed. I have a whole system that I do for fermenting, and then also a separate area where we can bring the livestock guard dogs right. They'll be right in here, and we'll be able to feed them without worrying about the goats trying to eat their food, because that's a real pain. So you can see there's a baby goat outside of the fence. She just goes right through the holes. So anyway, and the other purpose of this is to separate the chickens from the dogs, because we have a dog, Ursa. We have Ursa and Luna. Luna doesn't eat the chickens, but Ursa will if she's given the opportunity. So we have to sometimes keep her tethered so that she doesn't get the chickens. So that's another purpose. So the chicken run area, which will be right here, the dogs and the goats will have free range around it, but they won't be able to get into it. So I think that's gonna also solve a huge problem. So Doug, do you want to take a break for a second and explain kind of how this is, what the footprint is?
Right, so hopefully it's not too windy.
I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah, so we're following the curve of the chicken coop. So there will be a path still here. That's going to be so we can feed the dogs without the goats being annoying with us. Yeah. So we want to make this a loafing barn, so we need to raise it up on the low spots. Nothing's flat here. And we're just backfilling this with stone. It's actually laying on the gate. So basically we took fencing, we folded it in half, and we're laying stone on that. So that's one anchor point. And then it's going to get backfilled with dirt. We're going to put some rock on this side. And because we can't put T-posts in, I just figured out something to hold the gate in place on the top part. Not the gate, the fence. I always call them fence gates. But because this is higher anyways, we won't need to put this fencing here. I'm going to have to get some diesel, bring my tractor in and boom this in. Backfill it. It's going to be like 1.5 feet deep here. Then we're going to take these baskets here. We already have the first two that we're going to anchor our roof with.
These two, one, two.
A basket here, and we're going to put a basket over here, and have posts coming out of it. And we're going to put a roof over to protect the hay and everything else, and make some more shade here, which we need desperately.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. Doug sketched out the kind of the footprint of it. I'm going to show you that next.
And up close, there's a corner of the chicken tower. How it exists right now. There's a gate. Alright, so we want to have a neutral zone where the dogs, or if we want to milk the goats, we can contain them in an area that other animals won't mess with us. So we want a hallway basically. This will be like a neutral zone, so we can let the dogs in here to let them feed. I'm going to put another gate right here. And another gate right here. This will be a chicken gate to the chicken section, which will begin here, the chicken run.
And it's going to be it's going to be cat proof, because what we've learned is that the cats like to eat the eggs.
Actually, this is going to be the milking for the goats. It's going to be like a little roof building, and then this will be all chicken run area going out. So this is dog and goat here, but we want to put Gabby on here, Gabby on here, and that retaining wall that you saw that we're building is right there.
So that's like this is going to be basically a loafing shed, which is, a loafing shed is just a 3-walled shed to store like feed and hay and things like that in there. So it'll be open on this side, so when you walk in, you can just throw your hay in there.
Yep. So we'll let the dogs in here, leave the goats out here, and we'll just feed our dogs in here, and then let them go back out when they're done eating. That way we don't have to babysit them every time we're feeding them.
Yeah.
In the loafing shed, if we want to milk a goat, we chase one in here, we bring them on in here and we milk it. And over here will obviously be well, not so obviously, but the gate into the chicken run. So, chicken run, pretty much this whole area and up.
Yep, so we're getting this squared around. The stuff we had done before was pretty temporary because we were in a big rush, but we have to say, like, we probably should have waited on animals. We probably should have waited until, but we didn't, and now we're dealing with it, so we've got to get a good situation for them, and we got to get this squared around. We also had to, like what I talked about earlier, this fence had to be taller because the dogs kept climbing out, and we can't have that. We got to keep them contained. So that's our project, and hopefully our timeline is to get it done in 3 weeks. We'll see how we'll see how we can do that.
The other thing I wanted to mention is that this is actually, this chicken run from a side view is going to be up on also a gabion retaining wall.
Oh yeah, because this whole thing's on a slope, you guys. I think you know that.
With gabions here. And then I plan on backfilling with manures and dirt, and whatever I can put in here is going to be backfilled in here. So the chickens have something to scratch, and I'm going to grow a tree in here and maybe some bushes to cause shade over this entire area. So this is the fence. Chickens are all locked up in here. They can probably realistically get out, but it's just to deter the dogs from getting in to eating them at night. So they'll still be free-ranging chickens, but it'll be keeping the animals out, so when the chickens are sleeping, they're not potential midnight snacks.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah, and then if we can get a tree to grow up here, that'd be awesome for shade for the chickens.
Yeah.
And the dogs and the goats.
Yep. So the goal is to have this done by the end of September. That's the goal.
So I cut some wire. And I'll get a stone that's kind of rectangular. And this is so, because as we get higher with this stone wall, it's going to want to list outward, and we don't want it to do that. So I'm wrapping it around a stone. And I'm coming back here, and I'm kind of putting it through this fence, bringing it back, and just wiring it to this rock, because this rock will also have probably another 150 pounds worth of rocks on top of it, so it's going to hold this fence from going forward. That's it. So I'm going to do this as I go up higher. I'm going to anchor these back here so this fence can't list forward, because there's no T-post in this, because it's They don't make T-posts a foot tall.
That's some redneck engineering right there.
There you go. Brown neck.
Brown neck,
Up
yeah.
past the burning part.
Yeah.
A hatched chick somewhere. I didn't realize we had a chick, but I think one survived the cats somehow. It's just a matter of finding it though. So I keep hearing little chirps. You got a chick in there somewhere? Oh, must be a ninja chick because I don't see it. So if this is a chick, it managed to escape the coop, and I believe one of the cats is playing with it. Let's go check this out. That'd be interesting if it did hatch, because we did nothing. We didn't do any incubating or anything, so we'll go over here and see. This would be my first incubated chick hatching. Now I gotta find where the cat is. Yeah, the cat probably showing me where it's at. Oh yeah, look at this. In the bush. You see that? Hey, come here, little guy. Look at that. We got our first little baby chick. He managed to get all the way from over there to right here. So now what do we do with it? Because we got dogs that like to eat chicks. We got cats that are all over the place. I don't know what baby chicks eat either. What do they eat? Huh. So I wonder what kind of breed this one's going to be. Maybe I put him in the bathtub for now. He seemed to make his way pretty far. That was part one of a series of videos that will be coming out on building and working on this paddock. We think it's kind of an original one. It's in our Zone 2 section in permaculture. Zone 2 means it's fairly close to the house. We'll be able to manage it a lot easier. We'll be able to walk down here from the house. Everything should be in the same section. Eventually we plan on making paddocks come off of this paddock for rotational grazing. But we hope you like this video. Stay tuned for the next one. It should be out within a week. And we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give us a thumbs up and please comment down below. We really enjoy your comments. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Alright guys, until next time.